All right, so I'm here with head baseball coach Nick Callini, who has AIC back in the Northeast 10 playoffs for the first time in 15 years. First off, coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
And what does this mean for the team and the program as a whole?
It's a huge moment for the program. As you said, it's been 15 years since we've been in the playoffs here, and that was before my time. And we've been knocking on the door the last couple of years. We've made some really good improvements as a program. We've gotten some high-quality players in here. We just haven't been able to break that gap and get into the playoffs. We've gotten up to that last weekend of the series and lost a tough set to Lemoyne last year. And we've been right there. So to finally get over that hump and really not only get in this year, but come in as the second seed and be able to host a game, hopefully is the launching point for us. We have a number of young players that are playing on a consistent basis and a good core that we feel like we'll be back in this position next year. We lose 3 players. So we're pretty excited about this, and then I think we have to be pretty excited about our future.
Now, you guys won 12 of the last 14 games to get here after a slow start. So just tell us, what was the difference from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, and what were the keys to this success?
It really is a tale of 2 seasons. Frustrating and disappointing, the front part, especially since we felt like the playoffs were where we should have been last year, and that was the expectation this year coming in. To get off to that start was tough. We obviously had some high concern as to whether this was even possible, and I think the credit goes to the guys, and it really starts with our starting pitchers. They set the tone and started pounding the strike zone, getting the ball in play. And that just trickled to the other parts of the game, and that was one of the big things that was tough early on, is that when one part of our game was on, the others were off. So when we hit, we didn't play defense. When we pitched, we didn't hit. And when you're playing that way, it makes it really difficult to be consistent in any manner. And once they started attacking the zone on a consistent basis, now we started playing some defense, and the hitting is one thing that was pretty consistent this whole time as we swung the bats. So when we started to put that together, we really felt like if we could get consistent and have a couple clean games, then we'd start winning games on a consistent basis. And I think, we had guys that settled into the lineup, and I think we've run the same lineup out there, probably close to 14 out of the 15, 16 games that we played, maybe. So, those guys have really settled in, and, I think another big part was just we started to have fun at the ballpark, and that was kind of a theme that we got to, is just we got to come here and have fun and find a way to enjoy this game. It's a frustrating game enough by itself. When you make it more frustrating, then it's just not an enjoyable atmosphere to have, and I think everybody bought into that, from the top guy to the guys that don't get a lot of playing time. All of a sudden we saw our bench having a lot of fun and just everybody being into the game, and it's a lot easier obviously when it's winning, but it really started at the very beginning of this, and it's just really turned into a special run that we put on at the end here.
Now, you host New Haven in the opening round on Tuesday, a team you just played this weekend, so this is the 4th meeting in 5 days. Obviously, it's fresh on both teams' mind. Do you think this is an advantage, playing them again right away at home, where the team has had great success this season?
I think there's pros and cons to it. Certainly there's no secrets. We know what they're going to do. They know what we're going to do. We just had a really good, well-played 3-game set. I think the biggest difference is we both have starting pitchers that really neither team's seen. So that'll be a big difference. And just like we talked about before, it starts with the pitching. This is going to start with the pitching. I expect it to be a low-scoring, close game. They're a really good team. They got a strong lineup. I think one of the best lineups that we've seen all year long. A number of guys that pose different issues for us, and I think it's going to be a really, really good game. We're excited to have them here. I think that plays to our advantage anytime you play home. You're certainly more comfortable there, but I expect it to be a good game. I think our guys are ready. I'm sure they're ready. Both teams are going to be excited. Both teams want to win, and I think it's just going to be a great atmosphere and a great game.
All right. Thank you, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you very much, John.